Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about blockchain. So, blockchain is the technology that Bitcoin is built on, and it is absolutely fundamentally important piece of new technology. So, I monitor the price of Bitcoin every single day. I take a look, and so when I open up my computer, I just open up a tab. I open up a collection of tabs. They all just spin right up. And one of those tabs is the current price of Bitcoin, right? And so, so pretty effortlessly, I monitor the price of Bitcoin every single day. Yesterday, Bitcoin was $4,600 US, which is crazy. Like, actually, I think it's fascinating, but the part that is, I don't think it's crazy that the world is interested in Bitcoin. It's hard to even describe a word that explains what's happening with Bitcoin. So one, let's just put this in perspective. Bitcoin is a long string of numbers, okay? And Bitcoins, those long strings of numbers, are mined using incredibly complicated computer tools, okay? So there are Bitcoin miners. And when they find a new long string of numbers that fits the specific criteria that Bitcoin is set, then they have a new Bitcoin, okay? So, by the way, what I'm doing, I just want to be clear, I'm studying Bitcoin and I'm sharing what I've learned. So if I say anything that's wrong, jump right into the comments and let me know, and that'll help me adjust, and and also your correcting me will be a public record right on this video. So I appreciate it. So I'm just trying to share what I've learned. So Bitcoin is really, really fascinating. The biggest thing to me, there's something fundamentally different happening with Bitcoin. It is arguable that Bitcoin is the most valuable money in the world right now, right? Like, I think that's highly arguable. And the reason why is the American Gold Eagle. The American Gold Eagle is the most convenient, most powerful, most useful money that has ever been created. And the reason why is, one, so an American Gold Eagle, there are very, very determined, stratified ways of determining if an American Gold Eagle is real or not, okay? And they're not expensive to do that verification. You get an incredible amount of value in a very small amount of weight, okay? American Gold Eagle, that is a 1 ounce coin of almost pure gold, okay? And then you're taking gold, which has been historically a powerful source of retaining wealth, and then you're leveraging it against the United States of America. So in order for your American Gold Eagle to fail, people have to stop wanting gold, and the American country has to fail. That, so it's hard. I mean, that's safe as houses. It's hard to beat that, right? Well, right now, you can get 3 American Gold Eagles and change, a lot of change, for what 1 Bitcoin is worth, okay? Because the American Gold Eagle is somewhere around $1,300 right now, okay? So, I mean, just putting it in perspective, it is absolutely amazing what is happening with Bitcoin right now. Now, I think what is happening with Bitcoin, the reason why Bitcoin is so strong is that it is a huge desire on the part of many, many people across the world to specifically to have money that is not connected to a nation, okay? Really, really, that's absolutely key to understand the success of Bitcoin, okay? Now, Bitcoin was birthed out of Japan, all right? And its birth, the person who made it and the group that made it, highly suspect, right? It's not really a lock-solid creation point, right? And the reason why is creating a new money source is incredibly dangerous. It makes a lot of people nervous and a lot of people angry, right? So, it's really quite fascinating. So you have Bitcoin, it's out there, and blockchain is the technology that Bitcoin is based on, okay? Now, the problems that Bitcoin solved in order to become a viable currency was the can't spend twice, okay? Can't spend simultaneously, can't spend twice. And by the way, when I say twice, I mean you can't spend it 2, 3, 8, 55 times at once, right? This is a huge problem, right? Now, how did they do it? They did it with, Bitcoin did this. They fixed this problem with blockchain. And what blockchain is it is sending the entire message of the blockchain back and forth to each other in a network, okay? So it's a ledger. Essentially, it's a gigantic ledger that's sent back and forth, okay? Now, here's the part that's absolutely amazing about blockchain. Blockchain sends that ledger in a way that there's 3 aspects, okay, to how blockchain is sent, how blockchain sends that ledger back and forth. It sends it in a way that's open, okay, which I mean public. Anybody can join that network, okay? All you need is a computer and the knowledge, right, on how to set up a blockchain, how to set up one node on the blockchain network, which is not simple. That's probably the hardest thing. It's easy to buy a computer. Getting the knowledge you need to set up a node on the blockchain network is incredibly difficult, okay? So it's open. That means anybody can join the blockchain network, and that's a huge part of this, okay? It is, and then it's encrypted, okay? So you will send back and forth encryption keys in order to receive the blockchain network. So that's it. It's open in that the network itself is open, but the content is encrypted, okay? So with all that said, the last part and then it is a network, okay? And what that does is it means that no single node on the network has a higher hierarchy than any other node. And the way that blockchain accepts or rejects values is whatever version of the ledger has the majority of copies out there, they win. And that means that in order to beat the blockchain, you must get 51% of the blockchain's copies, right? Now that's incredibly difficult. And the reason why is Bitcoin has value, okay? So in order to get the blockchain, you need to have 51% of the network, okay? And that's going to be incredibly difficult because the whole world is incented to beat you. So you need to be a single actor, and you need to be able to beat everybody else in the world combined. And that's why blockchain has proven to be so strong, and why Bitcoin continues to rise up in value like an absolute juggernaut, right? Now, the thing that is also interesting about Bitcoin is one of the reasons why you don't see Bitcoin being used by regular people is it is incredibly complex and it's non-intuitive. So this is something to really understand about technology. The best technology is incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful, and incredibly non-intuitive, and incredibly valuable. And that's tough. It's really tough because it means that knowledge is power, and that's the issue. Is because this stuff is so non-intuitive, the only people who are ever going to understand it are the people who have the most knowledge, and that's tough. Well, I mean, it's not terrible because right now there's the ability to go out there and get knowledge on your own, with just your time, which is pretty important, right? But I think, so that's what I've learned is essentially the blockchain is, the important attributes of blockchain is that it's a network, it's open at the network level, it's encrypted at the content level, And in order to beat it, you have to take over 51% of the network. And because blockchain carries things that are of value, you need to take over 51% of the network. And that's almost impossible to do because you as a single actor need to beat an incented world. And that is, I'm not sure that can be done, right? Now, I'll tell you right now, I know there are people trying to do it. That's for sure, right? So, you know, and of course, you know, with those zombie nets, you know, networks of zombie computers, things like that, all those things, it's, you know, it is very interesting. So, yeah, it's really, really interesting. So take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin. If you're into technology, you absolutely need to start reading about blockchain. And you know what? Where's the best place to start? Wikipedia. Just read the Wikipedia entry. That gives you a great, fantastic, you know, base knowledge, and then you could just jump from there. And yeah, Bitcoin's really, really interesting. Take care.